Ray from DIY here to bring you another video. Today we're doing something super interesting. I'm going to test out several different methods of DIY tattoos. I don't talk about it a whole lot on here because I don't really show my face a whole lot on here, but I do actually have a tattoo. I kind of got it on an impulse decision when I was 18. I was on vacation in Florida. I came across a cute tattoo shop and I just went for it. I actually have it right here on my stomach, and it is a peacock feather. I've been thinking kind of lately about all these cool different tattooing methods, and all my friends are getting tattoos, and my sister actually just had her second baby, and she is planning on getting a tattoo for her. So I kind of wanted to explore some of the temporary options because I was kind of thinking maybe I might want to get another tattoo coming up, and what better way to test out if I like the way a tattoo looks than to do some temporary ones to see if I like them. With all of that introduction said, let's get started into the tattooing. So my first two methods of temporary tattooing that I have here involve using a printer. I have an inkjet printer here, and I also have this printable tattoo paper. So basically what this is going to do is it's going to allow us to print a temporary tattoo design and then allow us to stick it on like a normal temporary tattoo would. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this works, how the colors look, and all that. The second method that I'm going to be trying with a printer is going to be using plain paper and alcohol to do an ink transfer. Depending on whether or not you have a printer, these might be a very expensive option for testing out new tattoo ideas. However, they are going to be semi-reliable. We obviously have the ability to print something and make it look exactly the way that we want it before we put it on our bodies. Alright, the first set of directions says that I'm supposed to print putting the white side upward. They're both white, but this does say print other side on it, so that's convenient. So I'm assuming that it has to then go in this way so that it will print on this front. And then it says wait 30 to 60 seconds and then cover with a transparent film, which it provides. Now, as far as cost goes, I think it's important to note that this costs about $12 only for 2 sheets. So if you want a lot of little tattoos, or if you're trying to do something custom for like an event or something, this might be kind of the way to go. Especially if it's not something that you're planning on using regularly, or if you only need a lot of like little things. So I am going to pop this in the printer, and I think I'm going to print off 2 of the same design, and I'm going to use my little paintbrush rose icon that I made not too long ago, and I will see how they compare between these 2 printer methods, obviously using the same printer to kind of see which of these would be better. Alrighty, fresh out of the printer, and I believe I've waited the required drying time. Now it's actually just time to place this over top. Here is that same design printed on plain paper. Now you can kind of see a pretty significant difference, making sure that I hit all the high printer settings. This is already kind of bleh by comparison, but you know, I'm here to try stuff out. I'm gonna leave this for a second and I'm gonna cut this guy out and see if it will stick first. Being precise on this one doesn't totally matter because it's not gonna have this sticky film around the outside like this one will. So I am actually going to do both of these on my leg, side by side, one on top, one on bottom, and we are going to see how it looks. So for the plain paper, it says to soak it in perfume, or basically alcohol, so that is what I have done first here. And now I'm going to apply it to my skin right here, and then apply some more alcohol and see how that goes. I'm gonna smell so aggressive for like the next 2 days. I'm using like the biggest, or like the perfume bottle that I had the most perfume in, which is Diamonds and Rubies by Elizabeth Taylor, which you can't read like at all. But it smells very, I'm really into like scents that your grandma's was probably into, so like I have like an Yves Saint Laurent and like obviously Elizabeth Taylor. I don't know, like muskier scents, I guess I'm really into, but every time I wear it says that I smell like their grandma, so I don't know. Oh, look at that, not a damn thing. Awkward and unfortunate. I think it's time to move on to our tattoo paper option, which I have here, and I'm just going to double check the directions one more time. I'm pretty sure it goes on the same way a normal temporary tattoo does, but I don't want to mess this up, so I'm going to double check and then we'll be back. What I'm assuming that this sticky stuff is this is the actual like temporary tattoo thing, so you got to stick it down on top of the ink, I guess, and that is what
it leaves back that like sticky tattoo residue. I don't know. Let's just see how it goes. All right, first things first, it says to peel off the paper, which I am doing. It's kind of like string, I guess. I wonder if I press it on high enough. I'm gonna maybe burnish this a little bit with my Cricut tool and see if that makes a difference. All right, back at it again. Burnished. Oh, I think that made a huge difference. Okay, yeah, so make sure that you get like a credit card or something if you don't have like a Cricut burnishing tool, and pop that on there, because that really, really made a difference. So I'm gonna do this just slightly lower than I had the other one. As you can see, it is now dripping wet. I got water all over my floor. But hopefully it made a difference. Especially for like as expensive as 2 sheets of this paper were. I mean, $5 for a sheet of this is kind of a lot. I don't know. Especially if it's not gonna work. Almost none of it came off, like at all. And obviously I've got little bits around here. Of course it rubs right off, which is so disappointing. Boo, I don't like this. Honestly, both of these printer methods are kind of lame. Maybe I did something wrong, but I'm trying really hard to follow the directions as they're written, and I'm of the opinion that if I can't do it right the first time, or reading the directions and the directions are not written well enough, or the product is wrong. I guess that's what I'm here for though, so that I can waste my money and you don't have to. So, let's move on to the next one. Tattoo pens. So these are temporary tattoo markers with brush tips that can last for days. It also comes with 3 stencils. I got the black because I'm a minimalist person, I think, when it comes to tattooing. I think my colorful peacock is enough for me. So I just went with the black, and these were very, very expensive. For 3 markers, this cost me $12. So yikes, quite a bit of change you're popping out there. It says plus 3 stencils. I'm kind of hoping that these stick on. And obviously we have the pens, and they're kind of like really flat. I don't know how else to describe them, but they've got this nice little brush nib on them, which I'm very excited to use. Very clearly labeled as the body marks, which is great. I wonder if it's maybe a problem. Oh, okay, slips on both ways. Great, excellent. I guess it's just time to kind of decide which of these I want to do, and I feel like my heart is leaning towards the rose because I'm kind of going for this floral theme on all of my tattoos today. So let's tear this off and see what happens. I'm gonna go on the inside of my wrist with this one because it seems like the right size for it. And I'm just gonna take one of these, and I'm gonna try a couple different things. I'm gonna see what happens when I glide over the stencil, and then I'm gonna try a little bit of a dab. So I'm gonna glide on this side. I know that's not always the best thing to do with stencils, but I'm curious to see how it goes because I feel like dabbing with this tiny little pen nib could very easily get exhausting, I guess, especially if you're planning on doing something bigger. Now, while I'm doing this, I also just wanted to bring up there is something kind of dangerous about this, and that is once it's on, it's on. You're gonna have to kind of stick with whatever your first move is with these if you're trying to freehand something and not using a stencil. And obviously there is kind of the negative of the fact that you only get the stencils provided, otherwise you're going to need to maybe find your own, and that might be a little bit more annoying to do. Okay, that's not great, but I guess it's not horrible. It looks like I drew it on with a pen though, like 100%. Okay, yeah, holds up pretty well as far as the smudge test goes. Dried pretty quickly, that's great. I guess now it's just kind of time to wash it off and see what happens, or see if it washes off even. It washed off pretty quickly, which I guess is good news for you if you maybe mess up. But if you are actually kind of hoping to have something a little bit more permanent, I would say that this pretty easily washes off with maybe one shower. So maybe keep it away from your hands. If it's not on your hands, arms, wrist area, I'm sure it would be all right. That is the Bic Body Markers.
Now, of course, all of these things have their pros and their cons, but I think it's time for me to try something a little bit more reliable, and that is these temporary tattoos from Momentary Ink. Momentary Ink was very, very kind and actually reached out and asked if I would be interested in incorporating their temporary tattoos and semi-permanent tattoos into a video, and like I said, I've been thinking about getting another tattoo, and there's so many cool like DIY products out there to create this tattoo effect, and I thought that this was just a really easy connection and it just made sense. I did actually get a couple of free items sent to me from them. They aren't paying me to make this video or to make this review, but they did send me the tattoos for free, and I did actually get a custom tattoo in here as well, so I am very excited to see what they look like. Let's open them up. This is so fun. Okay, so I ordered a little bit of everything. This is the largest piece that I ordered. I went for mostly florals because that is the aesthetic that I'm interested in. So I got this super giant like back piece almost. This piece here, which I thought would look kind of cool on my arm, maybe somewhere, or on my leg. This one is one that I ordered. I figured I might do like kind of a finger thing, or you know, something on the hand, just something nice and delicate. And this one is actually the one that I made myself. This is actually some art from my book. It's the hollyhocks. I absolutely love hollyhock flowers. They are a part of the ambition section, so I thought that this would be a really cool idea to have as a tattoo on my body. I'm actually interested in putting this maybe behind my ear or something like this behind my ear, so I kind of wanted to put it there and see if I liked it. So this is my custom order that I got, and I think they did a pretty good job taking my image and putting it into this little tattoo form. I also think it's really great that these are separated into their temporary tattoos as well as their semi-permanent tattoos. Those are labeled so that you can tell that there's a specific difference and you know how to apply each of them. Everything comes with tattoo insurance, it looks like. If they mess up their order, then you can get your order reshipped for free and likely with some free extras too. So great customer service to me is what that says. And something else that's really interesting that I wasn't expecting is this temporary tattoo mattifier. So I'm assuming that when this is to kind of clear that shine that comes on whenever you put on a temporary tattoo to kind of make it look a little bit more realistic. So I'm very excited to see how this works as well. In this clip here, I am going to be applying the temporary tattoo to my leg. Now, some of the features of these tattoos are that they're going to last 3 to 5 days. I can vouch for this. This actually did happen. I was pulling my pants up and down. I put on jeans. You know, I took a shower, and it did actually last the full 5 days for me, which I thought was really impressive. The matting solution did actually, I think, make it look pretty realistic. My fiance actually asked me when I got a new tattoo, which I thought was kind of interesting. And of course, you can get the custom tattoo or choose between their thousands of options in full color or black and white. In this clip, I'm going to be applying the semi-permanent freebie tattoo that they provided me. This one has a feature of lasting 1 to 2 weeks. Obviously, it looks the most realistic, and it does have a kind of dark blue or black finish. It does develop over the course of a day, and I do have a clip that I'll show shortly after this with the full look of the tattoo after about 5 days that I was filming it, and it looked incredible, and I really did like having it. I thought it was a really cool little piece, and there's a very clear difference after the development over 24 hours. I really genuinely think Momentary Ink has amazing products, and it's an awesome resource for anyone who's looking to test drive a new tattoo idea, or if you simply want to accessorize. I definitely think I might be ordering more. I really love the way that the custom ones look like, and I think the idea of designing your own tattoos, even semi-permanent or permanent ones, is a really cool and kind of fun idea. They're also launching this tattoo club subscription so that people can get a pack of 10 tattoos every month for a new look. So if that is something that you're interested in, definitely check them out. I have a link in the description box below, as well as a 20% off code for anyone who orders for the next 30 days. Alright, here we have the tiny flower tattoo. This is the regular temporary tattoo. I did not let this avoid twisting and turning with this one because obviously it's on my hand. I wanted to put it somewhere to see how easily it would wash off. So it looks like the easiest way to remove these is to peel them, of course. But honestly, just the rubbing didn't really seem to do a whole lot, so that's kind of really impressive. Okay, it's time for my final thoughts, and I have very few of them, other than I'm not sure temporary tattooing is an easy market, let's put it that way. I think as far as creating your own tattoo designs, especially with even these big markers, it kind of relies a lot on, you know, your previous artistic ability, you know, if you're really good at freehanding, or if you have the ability to, or tools to create really good stencils. I don't think I would do very well freehanding with this. It would stress me out a lot, and it washes off really easily. So for as expensive as these are at, you know, $4 a marker, I don't love it. So I'm gonna put these kind of a blend. Kind of cool if you want something like quick and someplace that you're not gonna be touching a whole lot, maybe. But I feel like that also kind of goes for our other options as well. Obviously the plain paper didn't work at all, don't waste your time. And as far as the printable tattoo paper went, it's just unreliable. You know, only certain parts of it would transfer following the directions from the Momentary ink and from the original set of directions that it gave me almost nothing of my original image. And obviously it wasn't an issue of like how quickly or how slowly I did things, because actually the longer I waited, the better it transferred. I had a little bit more transfer the second time I tried, after I'd already soaked it and given it a shot. So again, for the price, yikes, I am not a fan of either of those two options, and especially not the printer. If you genuinely want to try a new tattoo or design your own tattoo, temporary tattoo, semi-permanent, whatever, I highly recommend going to Momentary Ink. It's the clear winner. Obviously, it still gives you the freedom and the creativity to create your own designs, but obviously get them printed and in a reliable temporary tattoo style fashion, and for a reasonable price. For the same price as some of these options, this was about $10, these are $12, and they're unreliable. You're not gonna get what you want out of them. So this is essentially just a waste of money to get garbage. I really love these, and I cannot thank Momentary Ink enough for letting me try these out, and I can't wait to, this one of my sister, it's a little big for me. I mean, come on, that's good. If this is something that you're really interested in, I definitely think Momentary Ink is the way to go. And this is coming from somebody who literally just got a couple of free tattoos. They didn't pay me to say this. I genuinely believe that this is, based on all the video evidence you've seen here, the best bang for your buck. I think those are all my final thoughts. I wanted to thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, feel free to like and subscribe. I do put out new videos every Sunday at noon Eastern Standard Time, and I would love for you to be here for the next one. Thanks again so much, and I hope to see you then. Bye.